Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. For today's Love It or Leave It video, we will of course be talking about all of the new upcoming luxury makeup releases, and I will be sharing my thoughts and telling you whether or not I'm planning to purchase. But I wanted to begin by talking about my plans for a 2022 low buy. Not a no buy. We have to be realistic, but I am planning on doing a low buy for the entire year. I'm in a bit of a unique position, I guess, as a full-time content creator, YouTube product reviewer. Yes, of course, I am going to purchase more makeup than most people, and I have a larger collection than most, I would say. But I don't really think it matters. From the feedback I've received and the comments I've read on my other Love It or Leave It videos, I think we're all collectively kind of in the same boat in that it's very easy to feel just overwhelmed by the sheer amount of new product launches at all times. This time of year, after the holidays, I always feel a bit of makeup fatigue, and that I just kind of want to take a deep breath, step back, and enjoy the products that I've purchased within the past couple of months. Really appreciate what I already have. I look for three main criteria when shopping for new products. It has to check at least one of these three boxes. And this isn't new. We've talked about this before, because even though I did not declare a low buy last year, it's been a few years now that I've really made an effort to be so mindful about all of my purchases, not just beauty. I think that's the best way to be. Being wasteful is never a cute look. So number one, is it limited edition or special packaging, a collector's item, something that's really high quality, a piece that I will want to photograph and hold on to for years to come? These are those truly special pieces, and there are several luxury brands that come to mind that every once in a while they launch something that feels more like a vintage piece of jewelry. Something that is rock solid, that you will have no regrets if you purchase. Criteria two is, does it add value to my collection? At this point in time, I have so much stuff. There are very few products out there that could be launched that would truly be something new and exciting that I don't already have. For example, a new foundation. I'm always excited to try new formulas, but if it's a long wear matte foundation, is it really going to add value when I already have 10 bottles of a long wear matte foundation in my collection? Probably not. The third criteria seems the most obvious, but it's actually the most difficult to implement, and that is, will I use it? Is it a product that you will actually use? And the reason why this is so difficult is because we trick ourselves. When we want something, when we see that new sparkly, shiny piece of makeup, we will tell ourselves lies. We will lie to ourselves and make up all of these fake scenarios that never actually happen to us in real life, and we will convince ourselves that it is something that we will use when you will not. This is why analyzing your empties is so important, because you might lie to yourself, but the empties never lie. And it's why it's one of my favorite things to do every single year, is to just sit on that box of empties and then go through my trash at the end of the year, because I use that information to then help me decide what products should I truly be purchasing in the future. I have a list here of products that I am not buying in 2022. Now, of course, there are exceptions to every rule, but for the most part, neutral eyeshadow palettes, no. We will not be purchasing more neutral eyeshadow palettes in 2022. Are they wearable? Yes. Could you use them every single day? Absolutely. But I have so many neutral eyeshadow palettes that there is just no reason to add any more to my collection. Waste. Just sheer waste if I purchase any more neutral eyeshadow palettes. And feel free to hold me accountable for these and let me know in the comments if I break my own rules. Lipsticks, if I can help it. I have a little note here, if I can help it. Blushes, if I can help it. I've already purchased a couple blushes in 2022. Those would fall under the exception rule because they were limited edition from Chanel. But through the end of the year, I really do not want to purchase any more additional blushes. Foundations. I just purchased several foundations in January, and I feel like we see product launches in cycles. So now that a lot of brands have launched a new foundation in January, I don't think we will see many more foundation launches this year. Large eyeshadow palettes, and I've never used to be somebody who purchased large eyeshadow palettes in 2020. I purchased more than I ever had before. I think before 2020 I had maybe two. I like them. I use them occasionally. I need to do a better job of pulling them out. So at the moment, I just kind of want to step on the brakes when it comes to the larger palettes. Primers, I didn't finish a single primer last year. So that's another one of my makeup goals, is to start going through some of my makeup primers. Travel palettes. I have so many travel palettes and I really like them. I think they're convenient. It's one of the best values, versatile products you can buy. But I have so many right now and I'm really not doing that much travel that I can slow down on purchasing these multi-use palettes. They are so sparkly and shiny and so tempting every time they launch that I end up purchasing them all. And then I have an abundance of them. I'm not really using them up and going through them at the rate I would like. If you need to do a gut check, simply ask yourself, why am I buying this? Is it something that I even want, or do I just see a lot of people talking about it online and I want to be part of the discussion too? Am I getting caught up in the hype and excitement of another new launch? Or maybe I had kind of a down week and I'm not really feeling my best and I'm just looking for a thrill. Because I promise those thrills, they are not going to last. The dopamine is going to go away and it's not worth it. Just stop yourself if that's the case. And I say this as respectfully as possible, but it does not matter how much makeup we purchase. It's not going to make us any more attractive. We're not going to suddenly become better makeup artists. So if you're simply feeling a bit in a rut with your makeup routine, maybe instead of watching product reviews, watch a couple tutorials, change your makeup application, look for different tips and techniques. You can completely change the way your makeup looks on your face without purchasing new products. It all comes down to application. And if you're not feeling 100% about something, then skip it every single time. And that might be harsh and you have to hold yourself to it. Something better is coming for you right around the corner. Now let's talk about the new products that are coming soon. This really excites me. This is a new fragrance collection from Tom Ford. It looks like he is launching 3 new rose fragrances: Rose d'Amalfi, Rose de Chine, Rose de Russie. All 3 are eau de parfum, 50 milliliter bottles, and it says they're launching sometime in February, so it could be any day now. I cannot wait for these. I love testing new fragrances, especially from Tom Ford. He's had a lot of disappointments lately, but I still always have high expectations from the brand, and I love rose fragrances. I love Cafe Rose, Jasmine Rouge, has a really strong rose forward note to it, so I'm excited to try these. And the bottles look so interesting. It looks like they have kind of a clear juice, clear bottle, and black top. So I don't know if these are going to be light, fresh, floral, or if it's going to be dark, moody, exotic. It's really difficult to tell kind of the mood or the vibe of this fragrance collection based on this photo. This sneak peek is from the Trend Mood Instagram page, which I will make sure I link down below in case you're not following along already. It says Rose d'Amalfi, inspired by Tom Ford's favorite Italian coast. This rose is sprinkled with fresh citrus and spices, opens with Italian bergamot and mandarin, paired with pink pepper, rose, heliotrope, and almond. Now that sounds really light, fresh, maybe sparkling, something for spring, summer. Kind of perfect to wear right now. And then we have Rose de Chine, smoky, sensual rose with yellow peony, labdanum, and myrrh, with a hint of smoky accords. That could be interesting. I don't necessarily love anything that's too smoky, especially from Tom Ford, because it tends to be really masculine, heavy, and intense. And usually with a rose fragrance, I prefer something a little bit light, floral, very feminine, but I'm still interested. And then we have Rose de Russie, opulent, dramatic, blends Russian black leather with a rich rose scent, also features notes of white pepper and woods for a sexy, warm finish. I like the sound of all 3. I'm hoping I don't love all 3 because my wallet would take a hit, but I imagine at least one of these has got to be really good. And I just love rose fragrances so much. It's kind of this season, Valentine's Day. So I'm excited for these. If you spot them before I do, make sure you let me know. It says coming soon. This next collaboration is from KKW Fragrance, and I've never so much as smelled any of the KKW fragrances. I don't own any celebrity fragrances in my collection, not for any reason in particular. I don't think anything has really spoken to me or really stood out. But this collection piqued my interest. This is the second collaboration between KKW Fragrance and Jeff Leathem. There are 3 new scents created in collaboration with the floral artisan, packaged in artfully designed bottles. They're $40 each, or there's a bundle for $110, which I may just end up purchasing because the curiosity is going to kill me. So the first is Iconic Gardenia. I do really love anything gardenia, but listen to these notes: honeysuckle, mandarin, orange blossom, gardenia, tuberose, and jasmine. So a nice creamy white floral mid. And then the dry down has vanilla orchid, tonka bean, and sandalwood. That sounds incredible. And these are already available. Hopefully they're not sold out because I may just have to bite the bullet and purchase. The second fragrance is Caramel Orchid. Top notes are Cocoa Absolute, Salted Caramel, Divana, Ylang Absolute, Blue Heliotrope and Jasmine, Vanilla Tincture, Cashmere Woods, and Musk in the base. So that one also sounds really nice as well. And then Rare Fig. I also really like fig. It's kind of an unusual note. Sometimes it really works and then other times it's not that great, but just in general, I do love the smell of fig. So top notes are blood orange, mandarin, and lemon. The middle notes are geranium oil, greenhouse air accord, and then the dry down is vetiver, cedarwood, and dried fig. This one is described as the most unisex of the 3. So as much as I love fig, I don't think this one speaks to me in quite the same way, but the first 2, especially the Iconic Gardenia, but then Caramel Orchid, those 2 sound really delicious. And I just kind of like to give them a try because they're more affordable. They look kind of cute. I think the bottle is fun. And I haven't really explored a lot of celebrity fragrances. So if you have any experience with KKW fragrance, or if you've smelled these fragrances, I would love to know your feedback down below. And if this does not interest you at all and you do not care at all for celebrity fragrances, that would also be really good for me to know. Even Billie Eilish has launched a fragrance, and it looks like this is available now at Ulta. The top note is sugared petals, mandarin, warm berries. The middle includes creamy vanilla, soft spices, and cocoa. The base is sleek woods, warm musks, and tonka beans, which sounds kind of good. I read the notes and I thought, wow, have I been missing this entire universe of celebrity fragrances? I'm trying to keep my cool and again, stay laser beam focused on quality over quantity. But I think this bottle looks kind of cool. It's kind of a half bust and the notes sound really good. So I'm tempted to test this one out as well. And then we also have a new YSL Black Opium flanker. This is the new Black Opium Illicit Green Eau de Parfum, which features a signature accord of black coffee twisted with luscious, juicy green mandarin and creamy fig. About the bottle, it's a radical illicit neon green, which lights up the inside. I believe they discontinued the Black Opium Neon. I don't think they still have that. I'm not sure, I'd need to double check, but I think maybe this illicit green is taking the place of the Black Opium Neon. I don't currently have the original Black Opium in my collection, not that I can remember. Not a bad fragrance, it's kind of a classic at this point. Now I think it's been around for such a long time, you either love it or you hate it, but I think it's really nice. It's a very sexy, sensual fragrance. I would be interested to try this new illicit green flanker and see if that creamy fig adds something new and exciting. I have one more fragrance here from Guerlain. This is the new Cherry Blossom, which looks beautiful. This bottle is just amazing, and I love the idea of this. I really do love Cherry Blossom, and I don't really have a fragrance in my current collection that's extremely cherry blossom forward. So I feel like this would add something new. It would bring value. It would kind of check all of the boxes, especially in this gorgeous packaging. So this is supposed to be a limited edition special bottle design. Top notes include bergamot and green tea. Middle notes are cherry blossom, lilac, and jasmine. And then the base note is white musk. This is also supposed to be available in February. February is going to take all of my money from fragrances alone. But this just sounds fresh, light. I love the idea of cherry blossom. The bottle is beautiful. I don't see the price listed. I imagine it's going to be pretty expensive. Hopefully I can smell this at a counter. I am going to try to sample it beforehand, but if I can't find it at any of my local Guerlain counters, I will most likely just blind buy and order this bottle because I don't want to miss out on this. It looks so pretty. I haven't seen sneak peeks of summer makeup yet. I am holding out for those, but we do still have some new makeup products here to talk about, including the new collection from Chantecaille. This is the new Giraffe collection. And it does look so pretty, kind of neutral, creamy tones. Visually, this is beautiful. The 3 lipstick shades all look stunning. I happen to really like this lipstick formula from Chantecaille. And the eyeshadow palette is really beautiful. And I love the Giraffe, everything that Chantecaille stands for. It's pricey at $74 for the quad. I said no neutral quads. That's what's holding me back. I have to stick to my own rules that I'm setting for myself on my low buy. No more neutral palettes. And the truth is, even looking at it, as much as I appreciate it and I think it is very pretty, I already know it's not something that I would probably grab long after the review. Maybe I would use it for a few weeks, but then it would kind of get shuffled back into the mix. And same thing with the lipsticks. I really have to stick to my low buy / no buy for lipsticks. The colors are beautiful. I love the aesthetic of this collection. Chantecaille always does a really nice job, but I find myself always kind of waiting for their holiday collection or for something really good, because when they go hard, they create some of the most beautiful packaging I've ever seen. My expectation, my bar for Chantecaille is way up here. This is another launch that would normally speak to me if I was not on a low buy, and even though I'm doing a low buy for 2022, I'm going to continue to do videos like this because it is fun to just share the sneak peeks and talk about what's new and kind of gauge your interest and get your feedback as well. I love hearing your thoughts on all of these new products. This Makeup by Mario launch, these new Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum lipsticks, this looks ideal. They look glossy, balmy. They look really wet on the lips with a little bit of a sheen to them. Not really glitter or sparkle, but there is something that gives a little additional glow. I just think these look so pretty. This is kind of an ideal lipstick for me. If I wasn't actively trying to not purchase lip products, I would seek these out, and I think the shade range looks so pretty. These are kind of easy lipsticks that you just throw in your purse. You throw them on anytime. You don't necessarily need a lip liner or a gloss on top. It's kind of everything all in one. And they're supposed to be plumping with lip serum, so it's kind of a treatment lipstick. Ugh. And they make the lips look so juicy and just full of volume. I believe this next product launched a couple weeks ago, so it might already be sold out, but I don't think we've talked about it yet, not here. So this is the new Miss Dior makeup palette from Dior. And as tempting as this is, because the colors are very pretty and flattering, they're very spring forward, and they don't usually come out with products like this, I actually wasn't that sold on this palette. I'm swearing off travel palettes in 2022, so this is an easy skip if I'm playing by my own rules. But even besides the travel palette ban, we'll call it, I just am not really that tempted by this. I think luxury brands don't usually do a great job creating products like this. It always ends up being a little bit cheap, not as great quality as the original products. I would be curious to hear what somebody has to say about it. If that you purchased this, let us know. But I'm wondering if these eyeshadows are as good as their new eyeshadow formula, or if they're a little bit more light, a little bit more sheer. I could be wrong, but also the little nail polish inside and the little brush. I don't know. There's something about it that isn't just quite right for me. And then the very last item I have here to talk about is from Charlotte Tilbury. These are the new Matte Eyes to Mesmerize Cream Shadows. So they're all neutral colors. They're matte. They're cream. I think this is a very easy skip. It says swipe, smoke, and line. $34 each. You have diffused black, chocolate veil, smoky taupe, flawless beige, nude cashmere. These could make a really great eyeshadow base maybe underneath, especially if you're going to do a smoky eye. I think that black could really come in handy. Even the brown, depending on the texture, could make a really nice brown eyeliner maybe. But this just doesn't really appeal to me. Again, I'm kind of swearing off neutral eyeshadows for the moment. So that's really the only reason this doesn't interest me. Reminds me a lot of the Tom Ford or the paint pots from MAC. There are a lot of similar items like this already on the market. I imagine you probably have something similar to this. I do think they're staples. I'm not mad at Charlotte for launching this product, even though it is a bit boring or basic. This is something that any makeup artist could easily add to their kit, or, any person could just integrate into their everyday makeup routine. So I like the idea of the product. It just doesn't really fulfill a need for me in my personal collection. I actually have one more item here to mention. I was scrolling and I remember I had seen these. This is the Danessa Myricks Infinite Chrome Pencil. A multi-chrome micro-tip waterproof pencil with high intensity color, color shifting, waterproof, smudge-proof, $22. I've been so impressed with most of the Danessa Myricks products I've used. It's more of a makeup artistry brand, but beautiful colors, incredible shades. I think she's kind of like Diet Pat McGrath Labs. I mean, the two brands have very similar aesthetics and everything is kind of foiled and just playful and colorful, bold, but still very beautiful. Editorial makeup, if you will. But I love the look of these. And I do like interesting colors in eyeliners. I mean, something for the waterline that's kind of cool. This rose quartz looks very beautiful. The morganite, opal, bronzite, the lemon. I mean, the lilac quartz. Basically, any of these eyeliner shades would be so pretty in the waterline. And I think even outside of the waterline, you could probably create some really fun looks. And with eyeliner, you can create just like a little pop of something. It's a lot more subtle versus, blue, rose quartz, jade, lilac quartz, eyeshadow all over the eye. This is a bit more wearable pop of color. So I am excited about these. I will probably check out a few different shades. Not overly expensive, and I imagine they glide on really beautifully. Just because everything else I've tried from the brand has gone on like paint. She is very generous with her pigments and her products. Other than that, it's pretty quiet on the luxury makeup front. We're kind of in this strange period right after the craziness of holiday makeup and then all of the spring makeup launches on early January. Things are a bit quiet for now. But that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked hearing my thoughts on all of these new products that are coming soon. If you'd like to give it a thumbs up, leave me your comments, questions down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on doing a low buy. Is it something that you're interested in? Are you still full steam ahead purchasing new products, or are you kind of feeling a bit of makeup fatigue yourself? Let me know your shopping plans for 2022 if you have anything good. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.